Well, actor Alec Baldwin calls a deadly shooting on the set of his latest movie a tragic accident. During filming in New Mexico, Baldwin fired a prop gun, killing the cinematographer and injuring the director. The Santa Fe County, New Mexico Sheriff's Department says the detectives are now looking into how the incident happened and what type of projectile was discharged.
It's still too early to know what exactly happened here, but across social media, some people are already trying to assign blame. And let's go ahead and bring in our Fox 46 chief legal correspondent, Seema Iyer, to see what are the realistic outcomes here of this investigation.
And Seema, officials do say that Alec Baldwin was the one who fired that prop gun.
Right.
So could he be charged in this incident?
It doesn't look likely, but it is in fact possible. There are certain things that investigators are going to be looking at, and this is what they ascertained by investigating the scene as well as talking to witnesses, and that is, what was Alec Baldwin's state of mind at the time? Okay, so first, what did he know and when did he know it about that prop gun? What was his intent at the time? I do not think, from at least all the reports, that he intended to do any of this. And then, of course, was his behavior reckless? That's when we're getting a little closer to perhaps uncovering what happened. And then finally, was it negligent? Now, negligence is important to understand, because negligent, you can be criminally negligent, but you can also be civilly negligent. And Alec Baldwin could be civilly negligent as a person or as a producer. So there are two ways that it's possible he could be sued. I do see a lawsuit more than criminal charges ahead for Baldwin, guys.
Talking about that lawsuit, though,
Yeah.
if he is charged criminally or sued civilly, will his past run-in with the law be relevant in this case?
It really will. Now, investigators, even during investigation, they could be looking at Baldwin's history. And of course, if he gets sued or he gets arrested, they will look at such things. And let's talk about it with our viewers. So in 2012, he was investigated for hitting a daily news photographer. It was all over the papers nationally. The next year, a street brawl, with a freelance photographer. No charges, though. But in 2014, he was arrested for riding a bicycle the wrong way on Fifth Avenue, and officers say that he was belligerent at the time. And then finally, in the more recent past, 2019, he pled guilty to harassment plus anger management, guys.
And Seema, this wasn't the first time that someone has been killed on a film set. So when you look at safety precautions, have they increased from when, let's say, Brandon Lee was killed on a Wilmington movie set back in 1993?
Yeah, that was so sad. We all remember that, especially those of us in North Carolina. Okay, so they are saying, and again, this is just all the information I've gathered, that now there are more safety precautions in general on the set, especially considering during the pandemic, right? Because when the movie business got up and running, they put all those COVID protocols. But when we're talking about guns, the number one issue is, was there a live round? Was there live ammunition, which is not allowed on the set? So that's still being investigated. Now, if there are any type of guns on a set, there are three people who oversee this, and that's an armorer, a safety officer, and a stunt coordinator. So those are the ones that are overseeing the guns. However, everybody is, the head of the studio is responsible.
Yeah, and we're talking about the head of the studio, and Alec Baldwin. Everybody
Yes.
just processing this right
Yes.
now. Could the film studio be held liable in this case?
Absolutely. An employer has a duty of care. There is a responsibility inherent as an employer. And so everyone involved in that oversight could be and perhaps will be responsible. And this, again, we're talking about a civil lawsuit. But I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves right now.
Yeah, well, a lot to be able to break down, a lot to process in this case. And right now, looking at those pictures from Alec Baldwin right now, you can see that he is just very distraught with everything as he is dealing with everything in this case. Seema Iyer, thank you so much. Our legal correspondent right here in-house on Fox 46. Thanks so much for being here with us tonight.